So, question for you then, Jeffrey, because what you say, like I listen to every word, and it's mind blowing, and especially that the fact that you had thousands, 6 years, and thousands of people all coming in the stress response.
And that was 30
So,
years ago.
oh my God, imagine it
I've,
now.
I've been seeing, I've been seeing full-time patients ever since then. So it's tens of thousands of
So,
visits. It's um,
would it be fair to say then that no matter the diet, the lifestyle, or the things that we're doing, if we don't address the underlying autonomic nervous system and the relationship to the our actual getting our homeostasis back in check, we're pushing shit uphill because that's the fundamental underlying root. Like you say, that the
yeah,
maintenance isn't happening.
it, it's why as time has gone on, I've become more and more convinced that stress is the ultimate cause of disease. It's not stress. It's my ability to handle stress. My stress handling system, if it's impaired, is ultimate cause of disease. But the deeper you think about this, the more it becomes. And I can give some examples of that to flesh it out. But first of all, it's not just the adrenals. So let's think that we know what the cascade looks like with a fight or flight response. Sympathetic turns on. So sympathetic governs pulling energy out of that reservoir into my muscles to fight for my life. Parasympathetic dominance is pulling the energy out of the reservoir into my gut to digest my food and eliminate toxins. When those activities are not happening, when I'm not eating or digesting my food and I'm not running for my life, then it's homeostasis, energy in the reservoir working on my list. So, pretty simple concept. When I get locked into the fight or flight response all the time, then other things happen, right? My body is going to pull all available energy from everywhere it can get to obey rule number one: survive at all costs. Do whatever is necessary to survive. Because if you don't, then you die like an idiot and the whole thing is for nothing, right? So, yeah, do all your energy to survive. And that means I'm going to pull all available energy out of my gut, out of my elimination system, out of my immune system, out of my higher brain centers. My brain goes on instinctive mode, and put it in my muscles to fight for my life. My adrenals are raising my blood pressure, so I've got more oxygen running past everything. And it's suppressing the pancreas, so I've got extra glucose, so now I'm super strong. The mother lifting the car off the little baby, you know. And now that's my life. That's who I am. That's where I am, running that all the time. Not rebuilding anything. Tissues are breaking down all over my body until eventually somebody's going to drop off the edge and become a true, pathologic condition. Up to this point, what the body does best is rob Peter to pay Paul. So this system starts to get weak, and the body recruits this system to help this guy to heal. But the healing program is disengaged because this is requirement for healing to take place. Homeostasis, zero.
Yeah.
That's disengaged. So this day never arrives. So this guy is like locked into doing his job plus this guy's job. He's getting weak. This guy gets recruited to help him. This guy gets recruited to help him. That's how the body works, right? It jury rigs the situation to get through anyhow, to survive, whatever you have to do. So now I'm at a deficit. And all of those balls that are juggling have symptoms that pop up. And when I go to the medical doctor with all these symptoms, and the doctor does lab tests and x-rays or CAT scans or whatever it is, and they all come back negative, you have to understand that all of those tests are looking for pathology. They're all based on looking for pathology. Even your blood test is looking for pathology. Unless your blood test comes back with, an H for high or an L for low, then you're fine. No, that's not how it works. The body has symptoms when it's out of balance functionally to alert me to do something about the underlying cause before it goes far enough into the future where pathology actually does arrive. So when I go to the medical doctor and he's doing tests that only look for pathology, underlying that philosophical idea is either you're 100% well or you're pathologic. That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. We go for years, decades of robbing Peter to pay Paul and jury rigging the situation with baling wire and duct tape in order to make it work anyhow. So nobody goes abnormal. That's the reason that body's doing it that way. And so what are they going to do? They're going to give you some kind of pill to silence the symptom that you're suffering from. And what about what's going on underneath? What about the cause of that symptom? Nobody's doing anything about that. So what's going to happen? It's going to get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. More symptoms, more pills, until it does drop off the edge. And now you show up on my pathology test, and oh, now I can see it. But by that time, you're an expensive, true medical case. Now you're being dragged into the system, and now you don't want to be there. You don't want to end up in a hospital, operations,
It's
and all the
mind blowing, mate. Yeah.
You don't want to go there. So what it really means is that we have generations of a population of people that are the sickest that we've ever seen in human history. It's like the kinds of diseases are weird, and the pervasiveness of all the different conditions that we've got, in my opinion, is mostly two things. One of them is iatrogenic illness caused by your doctor. In this case, caused by the medical system's negligence in not managing your condition properly. What do you expect is going to happen if I just silence the symptoms? I mean, it's kind of like I'm sitting on my couch and I'm watching my favorite movie and the smoke alarm goes off, and now I'm disturbed. So they prescribe earmuffs.
Take the battery out.
And then an operation
alarm.
to remove the batteries from the smoke alarm. There's the operation. And now the fire is working its way to your living room, and it's burning up your couch, and your arm is getting second-degree burns, and so they prescribe cortisone cream and painkillers. It's like insane. It doesn't make logical sense for anybody who's got a brain to think. I mean, so, and here's the thing that gets me is I took the same courses that they did. Anatomy and physiology and biochemistry, it's all there. I mean, we know that silencing symptoms is leaving the underlying condition unresolved. It's not going to get better. It's getting worse. More symptoms, more pills. And we're not even talking about the side effects of the pills. I mean,
Yeah.
So don't get me started down that road. That's another road we don't want to go on. So what I'm talking about is from a holistic standpoint, really what we've got. We have a war of ideas between of what is health and what is disease, and what do you do about it? That's the war. And we've got two camps in that war. The allopathic view, which is silence the symptoms, and the holistic view, which is dig deep and find what the cause is. Now, those systems need to work together, and when they don't, it's us who suffers. Modern medicine has got incredible technologies for saving your life in a heroic manner in ICU or in the emergency room. But when you use the technologies of pathology for functional conditions that are not pathologic, you create pathology. You're using the wrong tools. You're using a sledgehammer when you need a feather.